Hello, hello. Welcome back. It's been a minute. It's been like 2 weeks. I do apologize for that. It has been a busy 2 weeks. A lot's been going on, bro. But we have made progress in the meantime. And I do want to apologize for not recording the said progress that I'm about to show you, but I promise I will make up for that, and I will get better as I continue doing this and continue building. I just really didn't have much to say, but I had a lot that I envisioned in my head that I just wanted to get out into this world. So let me show you. Okay, starting off, we got this over here to our right. Yes, sir. Oh, actually, before I show you this, I gotta explain. I did make a new skin. I can't spoil where everything is. I thought this was more fitting for just the style of building that I'm doing with this world. So the other skin was me, and I don't think I fit with this world. I think I fit in real life, but this is obviously not real life. So this skin, I feel like, is a little bit more fitting. The face and the hair is actually Count Dooku, and then I edited the eyes, and obviously the clothes. I like to envision this is Count Dooku if he kind of took the Obi-Wan route and went and secluded himself and was a nomad, which would have been sick. But I bandaged his eyes, so he's gotta move by faith, see through the Force. So I felt like that's more fitting for being the lone survivor out here. But anyways, enough of that. We got this little slime farm. Island floated up, took off on its own. I really love floating islands. I didn't do the best with this one, but it's just a slime farm that I will still detail some more. I actually want to put some like slime block drips, so it's a slime farm. But let me show you what's going on. This was just all ice, and we dug it down, drained it all, made it all a shell of what once was. Come over here, we got the slime chunks down there with the iron golem. It takes it out, and then a hopper system that picks it up, gets us infinite slime. So there is no swamp around here, so we needed slime for any and all redstone farms and or devices we're gonna be making. We absolutely needed slime. So calculated the slime chunk for this seed, and boom, we got infinite slime. This is the best AFK spot for the slime farm. So you just stand up here for 10 minutes and you got like stacks of slime, like for real. It's pretty incredible. But this is the view of the progress that I mentioned. Pretty cool. We got some moss. Going on. I'll show you that. Was able to go out exploring and found a sunk ship, and we got one moss block in that sunk ship treasure, which was just enough, just exactly what I needed to make an infinite moss farm. So that's what we're moving with. I really needed moss because I wanted to do more stuff like this. Like, I think moss is such a great block. It's so green and lush. I'm not done detailing. Actually, I have a lot more detailing and terraforming to do on this mountain with moss. We just getting started. But yeah, I want to custom design this whole mountaintop basically, with moss and stone and everything. But this is what we got going on. Tree farm might be temporary. I'm still deciding on that. Enderman, bro. Got these 6 things. Those are not done. I want to hollow them and make them all the way into that big room. I don't know what this is gonna be. I'm still working on that. I don't know. I'm still envisioning, but it all comes along. Like, it just like hits me, and then I put it out. I build it, and then I think about if I like it or not. But we got over here our fishing spot, well refined. It works 100%. It was not working 100% in the last video. We were getting junk. Now we get treasure because I know where to throw it. That is where it's possible. So that is good. We made it all natural looking. With the lily pads that we caught, we made a little jump, and then we got a little campfire with a sit down. We got a path all the way up to the nether portal, put the nether portal in there, made it look all nice with the infected island. Yeah, bro, I really like how that turned out. I really love this area. I thought I might as well make this area look good if I'm gonna be fishing and talking. Might as well make that look good. So let's get down there. And we probably got a stupid amount of slime just from standing up there for that little minute. But yeah, man, let me show you this moss, bro. I don't know who I found, but I looked up, automatic moss farm. Somebody, shout out somebody. But I really, hold on, before I step into there, bro, look at this, man. You see that? See that curve? See that curved stair? I love that, man. With the halo, got the halo with the blossom, the drooping blossom. Got the hidden lights under the, don't tell nobody. Yeah. You got the stepstones. Goes up there into the connected. That's obviously not done. We had a trader in here, and I named him Buddy. I named him, and he's gone. I don't know what that's about, but it's very sad. R.I.P. Buddy. But yeah, we got this little sit down spot. Look at this. Check out this view, man. It's only gonna get better. We're gonna make that look good. We're gonna make that look good, whatever that is. Maybe get to those peaks over there, but I really want to make this view look amazing. So that is a goal of mine. But down here we got the automatic moss farm. Just flip the switch. Bada bing. Stacked for life on moss, bro. Shout out somebody who did that and made that. So good, man. Today I kind of want to do a little bit more decorating and terraforming of this mountain. Possibly get to making the monolith. I doubt it, because that's a lot. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be way bigger than that, so I doubt it, but we'll see what happens. But I definitely want to terraform, just make stuff look good, see what we can do. Bro, do I have my fishing rod in here? I do. Look at this garbage, man. This was a level 30 enchant. Got lure 2. At least I got him breaking, but goodness. Goodness. Anyway, this is where you do it. Line it up with the lapis. Tell me that's not clean. Fully tested. I got my bow out of this little pond. This is the new spot. This is the spot right here. I know it's not raining, but bro, we gonna be using this. We gonna be here. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna get some materials, and we're gonna start decorating. It starts raining as soon as I get up here. How about that? There's the enchant. This is next in line. Cause look, bro, we ain't getting no luck with this. No luck. Look at this. C3 is next. Give me that. That's next. But yeah, let's see this area. It's not vibing. It's not sitting with me. So I definitely want to kind of make it more of a cliffside rather than like this is cliffy right here. This is cliffy. What is that? But it's not good enough. Not good enough. Hope you're doing all right, man. A lot of testing I've been experiencing. A lot of trust falls, if you will, in these past few weeks. Just things that were out of my control that I had to securely trust and know that God is in control, that he has me, that he loves me, and that his plan is most definitely better than mine, bro. Even like literally what I was just talking about in the last video, it just continues to remain true and relevant. I mean, every day for sure, but it's like the next few weeks after I recorded and had that episode, it was like, practice what you preach. And I'm not even no preacher, bro. I was just spitting. How do I want to do this? But yeah, man. Bro, I just read this beautiful passage in Joel. Could also be Joel. I kind of like Joel. I mean, they call him Joel and B, right? So why is it not Joel? Why do people say Joel? I like Joel. Sounds better. But Joel 2, man. Bro, why have I feel like I probably have heard this verse. I could start down there. I definitely have before. Yeah, I want this to be more out. But I definitely haven't heard it in a while. But it says in chapter 2, verse 13, rend your hearts and not your garments. Not your garments. Bro. I was like, what? What? As soon as I read those words, rend your hearts and not your garments. Like, what? That usually in the Bible, people are tearing their clothes out of despair, out of grief. Good grief. You know, like it's pretty typical. But he's saying, no, I don't want that. I don't care about that. I want your heart. I don't want to see you acting out of in your action. I want to see your heart be in despair, be in distress and distraught over your sin, over people's sin, over my people's sin. That hit me, bro. Cause I come from a lifestyle, a culture, and a group of people that very much rend their garments and have always rended their garments. And typically that is not even for themselves or authentically from themselves. What they say is for the Lord. But nah, it's usually for those around them to see, like, oh, this is the type of person they are. Oh, wow. They're good. They're good. These are some good people. No, that's not what it's for. And that's not good. You're not supposed to be doing that, bro. It was very interesting. I don't know. It hit me because I feel like I have done that so much in my life. I have rended, which means to tear. It means to rip open. It says, rip your hearts and not your garments. And it says, return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love. Bro, rip my heart. That's been my prayer recently. Is that the Lord would rip my heart. Because I feel like when I walk out in public, I don't feel like Jesus. I don't feel the love of Jesus, bro. I don't want to love people when I walk out. Now, if I know you, if you're one of my people, I absolutely want to love you. I only want to love you. I ain't got no stone. We gotta get stone. Why do we have so much dirt, bro? This is a problem. Inventory space is always my problem. You'll learn that. But yeah, when I walk out, if I don't know you, I feel like my heart has calloused and become cold towards any and all strangers, bro. I used to be full on loving and excited to love strangers. But so much hurt and broken trust has happened in so many different relationships that from strangers that became my friends, became people I loved, and then became extremely wrong and hurtful to me, many ways, psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. And so I have, over time, bro, become hardened. And I've been aware of it. And it's annoying to me because it's like, man, this is not who I want to be. But it's who I felt like I've needed to be in order to remain safe, in order to remain all right. But that's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie from the enemy. He doesn't want you to be loving. He doesn't want you to be a person of Christ to strangers. He absolutely wants you to believe that everybody's out to get you. Everybody's trying to hurt you. Everybody's trying to take something from you. Which is just not true. And by living in that mindset, you absolutely miss out. And I'm preaching to myself right now. You absolutely miss out on opportunities to love people who were called to love everyone. Walking out in public, you miss the opportunity to smile at someone, say, how you doing? Even share the good news, bro. If that opportunity comes, you miss out on opportunity to ask if there's any way you can help, any way to serve. I've been realizing this more and more this past year. And that's really just not who I want to be. I feel conviction. That's not who we're called to be. That's not who Jesus was, bro. He was discerning for sure. Hey, he was strong and not to be messed with for sure. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's our last arrow. Now we slow. Give me those arrows. For sure. But he was not hard, like hardened and calloused towards sinners. Bro, that's who the Pharisees were. The Pharisees were hardened. The Pharisees were like, why are you eating with these sinners? What is wrong with you? Why are you lounging and being around these people? Don't you know who they are? And that's really how I've been feeling, is literally like the Pharisees. And that's made me sad, bro. And I've been asking the Lord exactly this verse, which I just read today. I just learned that today. But that's been my prayer, is that the Lord would rip my heart, that the Lord would break me and soften me for his people, for the lost, for the sinners, for people like me. I was lost. I was one of them. I was one of them people walking around Walmart doing nothing good. And let me tell you, I did not find Christ through someone who is hardened, through someone who does not love. In fact, the opposite. Look at these maneuvers, bro. Oof. Oof. Oh, our inventory is almost full. No, bro. I got closer to God through experiencing God's love through his people, through people that love unconditionally. That's what God's love is. Unconditional. That don't mean it's light. That don't mean it's easy. That don't mean it's not hard and tough love. Sometimes it's tough love. And there's rules and discipline to that. But it's not judging. It's not like, well, I can go into that. But it's not like scolding and snarling and looking at me in disgust. No. That's what he calls us to look at our sin with. Look at our decisions, and we look at that on our own, and our hearts are broken in that. And that's where change happens. But we are not to look at other people with that and look at them and their decisions and look at them in disgust. Those are his people. That's you. You're looking at yourself. You're literally looking in a mirror. Bro, I was not taught this. I was not taught this at all. I was taught to rip garments. Everything was a show. Everything was performance. Everything was act, earn love, earn this. Show everyone that you got it. No, that's not it. That's wrong. That is the Pharisees, brother. My brother, that is not that is not from the Lord. Now, where I paused on the judgment, I think the body of Christ gets it a little conflicted, a little confused with when it comes to judging. I just explained it of we are supposed to absolutely judge the sin, but not the sinner. At the same time, that can look differently depending on the situation. As the body of Christ. Now, for the world, bro, it is different there. We're not called to judge the world. The world is gone. The world is judged. Jesus will judge the world. But our brothers and sisters in Christ, especially if they are blind, we are to help them. Which does not mean laying down judgment, but it does mean bringing the word to their face and being like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you not being like Christ? Why are you not loving like Jesus? He has laid this all out for you. What's going on? And that's where I think the church fails often, bro, at judging, learning what it means to judge, how to judge correctly, how to steward judgment. But I'm not really trying to talk about judgment today. That's not really on my heart, bro. I was trying to talk about the garments. The garments. All right. We've made some progress. It's coming. It's not there yet. I don't like that sharp edge. I don't like that. I kind of want to do some more on that flat part. Make it a little more rigidy right here. But yeah, man, we made some progress. I'm probably gonna cut it here, but I did just want to say some final words on the whole garments thing, bro. Just to clarify and really get the point across as my final thing is the Lord has always wanted this. This is all throughout the Old Testament. And this is the whole reason Jesus came, bro, is he wanted our hearts. He didn't just want us to follow the law. He didn't just want these actions. He wants those, but they have to come from the heart. They're not just supposed to be regurgitated. It was taught to me that it was to just be followed through, no matter if it's regurgitated. I regurgitated the whole gospel just so I could be baptized with my brother, because my brother was getting baptized and I wanted to be baptized too, just because he was getting baptized. Nobody blinked an eye because I said the right things, bro. But it wasn't actually coming from the heart. I didn't understand anything. I didn't understand Jesus's reason for coming down. I just regurgitated what was taught. And that's like all throughout, bro. That is all throughout the church. That's what a lot of people, especially in the South, are dealing with. And then when times get rough, when trials come, their foundation was on the sand and they get swept away. That's what happened to me, bro. Storms came, I got swept away because I didn't know the truth. I thought, oh, I'm doing all the right things. Why is good not happening? What's going on? And I start questioning. It's like, bro, that was a flimsy foundation. I didn't actually know the truth. And so many people still don't. A false gospel, a false moral gospel to just follow the Pharisaical law is still being preached to this day. And that's my whole point. God didn't want you to just tear your garments. He wants you to do it from the heart, out of real conviction. What did Jesus talk about the most? He talked about faith. He talked about the heart, the problems of the heart, and how he wants you to come to him with those problems. But it all revolved, it all had to do with the heart. Faith comes from the heart, and then real faith produces real fruit, actions. Your obedience, you following the law, will naturally happen. It will be a natural response. It will be an outflow, an overflow from the heart. What comes from the mouth comes from the heart. How you talk to people, how you talk to yourself, how you respond to situations, everything. It is an outpour from the heart. So where is your heart? What is your heart meditating on? What is the source? Where's your foundation? That's why Jesus came, was to like poke at that and rip it. He rendered it, bro. He rendered it. He ripped that thing. He ripped the curtains and he ripped through people's hearts, bro. Came here and was like, what are you doing? You're not doing it for me. You're just doing it because tradition, because this is what you do. No, where's your heart? Why are you doing these things? Why? What is your reasoning? This is where I changed. So when I discovered this, when I heard this, it clicked. And I was like, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. My whole life, I had just been rending my garments. But I hadn't rended my heart. All my actions were just actions. They were not actual faith. They may have communicated that I have some form of faith to people around me, but it was not real. It didn't matter at all. Because what the Lord is looking at, what God is looking at, what the God of the universe is looking at, he's looking at your heart and what comes from your heart. What do you believe? Do you believe in him? Do you have the faith of a mustard seed that he can do what only he can do? That he is in control and that he loves you? Do you believe that? So this is my prayer, and I'm gonna end here. This is my prayer for me, myself, and I. And this is my prayer for anyone watching, is that the Lord would rend our hearts continuously, because we need it. Our hearts need to be ripped and continually ripped and only mended by him, only stitched up by him. That is my prayer. So I know I didn't get a lot done building wise. I know I was mainly just gathering resources and built a little bit. So we did some, bro. We did some. But I hope this message has helped you, if not stirred your heart and or the pot. Because, bro, when I was living by the moral law gospel, there was no fruit, and it was a flimsy foundation. So when the storms came, I was out of there. But everything is different now. Everything is different now. I have a firm foundation. I know I'm good. So that's my question for you. Are you good? Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying. I'll see you next time. God bless.